Hello and welcome to another video. Like I mentioned in the previous video, we're going to be installing a solar panel today. I'll flip the camera around and show you what I've got in a moment. But yeah, I've gone for a flexible solar panel just so it's a bit easier for mounting onto the roof and things, and it keeps my roof bars free then, so if I ever want to put anything up there, I can put like some storage up there and things. Obviously I know that will block the solar panel and like it'll lose efficiency, but yeah, they wouldn't be permanently up there. It's just in case in the future. It gives us like some options. So I'll flip the camera around now and show you what I've got. So this is the panel I've gone for. It's just an Amazon solar panel. I'll leave a link below for anyone who's interested. But as I say, it's a semi-flexible panel. And yeah, just so it's a bit easier to mount really, and it doesn't take up as much space. Right, so I've got the solar panel up on the roof now. And I've decided I'm gonna set it off to the driver's side. Again, just to leave some space on the other side, just in case we want to put storage up there. So yeah, this makes most sense to me. So what I'll do now, we'll get the holes drilled for the Scanstrut, and then hopefully we can get this stuck down, and then that should be it. Right, so we've got our hole drilled now for the Scanstrut, so just have to file the inside down, give it a bit of paint just to protect it, and then we can get that on, and then hopefully we can get the panel secured to the roof then. Right, so we're just waiting for this paint to dry. As you can tell, again, it's raining. It's just my luck. I feel like every time I cut a hole in the van, it just starts raining, so that's great. Yeah, so what we'll do while we're waiting for this paint to dry, I've masked off the solar panel just to know where I'm putting the adhesive when I'm bonding this to the roof. And what I've done is there's two ribs here, and there's one that runs down here, and the two on this side run the full length of the solar panel. I've just sat this on top of those just to give the panel a little bit of airflow on hotter days, as I have seen online people say that these can lose efficiency if they're fully bonded to a flat roof. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. But yeah, let's get the adhesive laid down now. Right, so it's been a couple of days now. I've let all the adhesive set off on this solar panel. It's pretty solid now. And as well, you can see the space that I've left on this side, just in case I want to mount any like slim roof boxes up there or storage boxes. We've got that option going forward. Plus we can put stuff over the top of this if we're not too fussed about like the solar power generation for that day or whatever. I've got my Scanstrut installed now as well with the wires going in. I'll show a close-up shot of that in a minute. But yeah, the only thing I'm going to do now is there's these mounting rings in 4 corners, and just for a bit of extra safety, I'm going to drill a hole through the roof and bolt this to the roof just in case the adhesive ever did fail. It's secured down with bolts then, so it shouldn't be flying off, and then we can get inside, wire everything up, plug it into the EcoFlow and see if it all works. Right, so as you can see, this is where I added my bolt. It's just gone through the van. I'll show you the inside in a minute, but I've put some sealant on there as well, just so it's all watertight. I've run some sealant all the way down, and I have plugged up this hole at the front of the van just so it doesn't create any wind noise while we're driving about. But yeah, so there's a seal running all the way down here now. It probably just needs another layer, just because this hasn't fully covered the bolt yet, and there's some patches here and there, but it just needs to dry off. So I'm going to let it cure. I'll do another layer, and that should all be sealed then. Down the back way, I had to use screws just because of a panel inside. It's like a support panel that runs along the roof, so I'll show that off inside as well. And then yeah, there's the Scanstrut. That's all sealed up and everything now. Cables running through, they go inside. So yeah, let's jump inside and I'll show you what it looks like from underneath. Yeah, so this is underneath. This is at the front of the van. I just had to pull my headliner down, and there's a bolt and washer on that side, and there's one right down there on the opposite side. That should be really like solid now. If the adhesive ever did fail, they're going to hold it in. And then coming towards the back side, this is the beam that I was talking about. So where the panel sits, it just sits above this, so I couldn't get a bolt in to bolt it down, so I've just used metal screws to hold it in at the back. Yeah, so there should be enough. I can't see it moving really, but it's just a precaution, just if the adhesive ever did fail. And then here we've got the entry from the Scanstrut on the outside. Ignore what these screws are like. Obviously you're not going to see those when the sealant is installed. Right, so we'll get all the wiring connected now, plug it into the back of the EcoFlow, and then yeah, we'll see if it's charging. Right, so we've got everything connected now, but as you can see, we've not got any input power coming in at the moment. Yeah, and as you can see in the phone app as well, we've not got any input power coming in there. So I'm not too sure why we're not getting input power. It is quite sunny outside now, so there should be some form of power coming in. And I did check this multiple times just before I glued it on, and then before I drilled the holes, I was like, I'll make sure that it's running and all working, and it was working fine. The other day it was pulling like 70 watts when it was outside in the garden. Then when I mounted it with the adhesive, I tested it again, it was pulling like, I think it was like 20 odd watts, something like that. So it has been working, I'm just not quite sure why it's not working now. So what I'll do is I'll do some volt testing, check all the wiring is wired up correctly, and we'll see if we can get some charge. Right, so I've tried a few different things now. I've tried the wiring in different orientations, and I cannot get this to charge again. I don't know what's happened now. But yeah, it's plugged in at the moment into solar. There's sun outside, and it's just currently showing 0 watts on the input. So yeah, I'm a bit stumped, to be honest. Probably just going to leave it there for now. I don't want to keep dragging this video out if I can't get the input to work. So let me know your thoughts, suggestions down below. When I've plugged the multimeter into the cables, I'm getting about 23 volts, but then it says 0.3 amps. But even if I disconnect the cables that have the adapter for the EcoFlow and go straight into the solar panel, I'm still only getting 0.3 amps. So I don't know if that's just because it's not got anything pulling charge through, that it's not got any amps at the moment. But yeah, nothing has changed since I tested it. It worked perfectly this morning, and now it doesn't seem to be working. I was concerned that when I was drilling on the roof, I did nick a tiny little part of the panel, but it was nowhere near the, it was like on the edge near one of those mounting rings, and it didn't pierce, it was like the waterproofing, it just nicked the waterproofing a little bit. And I thought, oh, I wonder if I've damaged something there, but it's very unlikely, to be honest. It doesn't seem to have hit any electrical parts of the panel. Plus, because the voltage is coming through the cables, I assume it's fine. Not sure whether there's something wrong now on my EcoFlow. In the app, I have got it set to DC solar input, because I have seen that helps. But even on auto or on solar, it's not working. But yeah, like I say, I've not changed anything since I last tested it this morning, and now it's just not working. So, be straight up honest, like, I'm really wondering whether it was even worth putting a solar panel in, because now I've bonded the panel to the roof and screwed 4 holes into the roof as well. I mean, I feel like if I ever do remove that, it's going to take up all the roof paint and everything, so that's going to be a pain if I ever do want to take it off. And the only reason I did buy a solar panel is I wanted to keep the EcoFlow on a constant charge so that I didn't have to switch it off, because the original setup that I had before I dismantled everything, the EcoFlow used to live in the kitchen, but I'd turn it off if I wasn't using the van. So it just meant every time you got in the van and you was going to go out for the day, you'd have to remember to turn on the EcoFlow before any of the lights worked and stuff. It's only a small inconvenience, but yeah, I just thought it'd be nice if I could have the EcoFlow permanently on, with solar keeping it topped up so it never drained the battery. But honestly now, I feel like I could have either just left it switched on and every couple of weeks charged it in the house, or because it has a cigarette lighter charger, I could have routed the cigarette lighter charger into the back and just charged it that way while I was driving. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking, was this even worth it now? Another thought is, I wish I'd gone with the rigid panel now as well. Originally I went with the flexi panel, so I could mount it to the roof and have it off the roof bars and leave them free for any storage, like I mentioned earlier. I also assumed it would be easier to install, but after messing with all the adhesive and screwing holes into the roof, yeah, I just wish I'd gone for a rigid panel now, because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh, the rigid panel could have literally gone in a very similar place on my roof bars, left the passenger side of the vehicle with still room on the roof bars to put like slimline roof boxes or like the storage boxes that you see knocking about. And yeah, the rigid panel would have been way easier to install, because it would have just come with mounting brackets and then they would have mounted to the roof bars, and it would have been more efficient as well when it was working. So regretting that now. So I feel like if you do have room on your roof bars or on your roof or whatever for a rigid panel, I definitely suggest going for that route, just because I feel like the flexi panels are just a massive faff in the end. But yeah, like I say, let me know your suggestions as to why this isn't working. It's really annoying me now, so like I said, I'm just going to leave it there. But yeah, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to share these videos with anyone you know who's looking to build a van of their own. A lot more content coming from this. Also down below now, I've got 2 affiliate links. I've got one for DJI and one for Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound is where I get all my music and sound effects, so anything you hear in these videos, it all comes through Epidemic Sound. And then the DJI link is just, if you're buying any DJI products and you want to help support the channel, just go through the link below, and yeah, it'll be a massive support. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Sorry about the quality of this video as well. It wasn't the easiest to film because the panel was so big and there's not much room up there on the roof, but yeah, we got there in the end. Well, we say that, but it's still not charging, but yeah, we filmed it all in the end anyway. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.